to, we don't know what we're getting involved in when we're adopting all these new age occultic practices. Eira.
Well, it's in the UFO community too. I mean, a lot of these UFO experiences, I believe it was Billy Meyer and I forget the other guy for the UFO, Steiger maybe. They were experiencing an entity, a tall, white or blonde-haired entity, Shimzaza. Now, I don't know if they probably didn't know who Shimzaza was. Back in those days, they didn't have big time internet, Google AI searches. So they were two different guys having two different experiences and both meeting up with Shimzaza. Now, Shimzaza was one of the top two generals that led that fallen coming down on Mount Hermon into the daughters of men to have children with them, which is originally how we got Magica. We know the exact moment Magica came into the world. It was then. So in the UFO community, here's these beings that are fallen angels coming in, saying they're from planet whatever, Pleiades or the whatever, but they're using names of fallen angels that we as demonologists or angelologists recognize. The other one is Ashtaroth. That name comes up a lot in the UFO community with some pretty famous people too. So there you go, another Babylonian, Mesopotamian goddess / because that one it manifests transgenderally, both as male and female.
Okay. So
because the gods are that way. Once they fall and they're inverted, they're created male.
That is weird. But Eira, therefore, can these alien manifestations be just diabolical manifestations? And why would they want to do that?
I believe they all are. I believe they're all fallen angels. And throughout history, we have the same stories, the same names, the same reports. We see it in petroglyphs. We see it in all the old manuscripts and plates. And it's no secret. I mean, the government has changed the name of unidentified flying object, UFO, to UAP, unidentified aerial phenomenon, which is a whole nother definition that they can't explain it. And now they're coming out saying, well, these things are behaving as interdimensionals or ultra-dimensionals. Okay, well, now you're in the realm of the angels. I mean, that's logical. That's logic. I think they know what they're meeting. Now, for me, I have a really unique perspective because throughout my life, I had an experience with a fallen angel, most likely a generational spirit, 3 times. I saw it once in a vision when I was under the influence of psychotropics, which, you know, you look at when you go into trances in ancient Egypt, it was Blue Lotus, Amanita muscaria in Europe, et cetera, et cetera. But the first time this being presented was female. But wait till I get to the other part and you'll understand, because it's not female. But the second time it manifested to me, it all 3 times looks exactly like a tall gray with the wraparound eyes, the very alabaster skin. It's illuminated from the inside, so I could literally see in the darkness the heart beating and the blood rushing through the veins of the temple. They're all about 7 or 8 feet tall, which all reports of angels, whether they be holy angels or fallen angels, they all manifest as very tall. Now, this being for me, I experienced it 3 times, both within a ritual state. Once it was a physical experience, I can't be sure because I came back with dolors, known by exorcists as burns, wounds. I had a burn on the temple of my head. I had a burn on the side of my leg, and the lower lid of my left eye had been burned. Now, an interesting part about that left eye, when you go back into historical mythology, Odin's left eye was taken out. Most of the shamans in ancient cultures, their left eye is taken out. You also see the symbolism of it was the black eye in modernity. So the left eye, when that's removed, remember I talked about the left side of the brain being pure intellect, and without the right side, you are not able to perceive the unseen realms. Now, it doesn't matter if you believe any of this, they believe it.
That's right.
So, and again, with the agency of demons, this is all evil stuff. But when you see these things on the mainstream news, as Ron wanted to impress, and the title of this show, was trying to tell people, when you know these things and you see them, you are inoculated against whatever bewitchment, spelling, or magicka they're trying to work against you or hex you with. When you see those people doing that and over their eye, and the black eye or the red shoes or these things, you're suddenly jolted out like, what? I know what that is. I heard Jocelyn and Eira talk about it. They'll change the channel. So whatever they're trying to program with you with, or hypnotize, because within magicka, some of it is hypnosis, some of it is the agency of demons, and some of it is just repeated messages with flashing colors and certain music that will put your brain into a state of receptivity where your deep subconscious is seated. Some of it's in the physical, ordinary realm. The rest of it is within the metaphysical and preternatural.
Right. In some of your podcasts,